This just in. Clouds are now suspicious. Water vapor? A globalist plot. Now playing on C-SPAN. Welcome to the weekly STD report, where disinformation gets eviscerated with science, sarcasm, and just a hint of seething contempt. This week's strain? A fast-mutating variant of meteorological Münchausen. Symptoms include hallucinations of government weather warfare, allergic reactions to basic physics, and most concerning of all, legislative diarrhea in multiple states. Yes, the chemtrail cult made it to Congress, armed with bills, buzzwords, and the intellectual horsepower of a damp sock. So, is the government really crop dusting us into submission? Or is this just another case of people looking up and losing brain cells? Time to separate atmospheric science from the smog of stupidity. July 15th. Representative Marjorie Greene introduces the Clear Skies Act because apparently criminalizing condensation is how we legislate now. 5 years in federal prison for spraying chemicals in the sky. That's right. She's trying to outlaw weather with a law. Now, contrails are made of water vapor and ice crystals, not mind control sauce. It's high altitude physics, not HAARP and aligned sorcery. But why do some trails vanish in seconds while others linger for hours? It's all about atmospheric humidity. Dry air means quick fades. Humid air means sky graffiti that sticks around for hours. Same exhaust, different weather conditions. EPA says no health risks, no toxins, just the frozen breath trails of jet engines. AMS, the American Meteorological Society, says no evidence of deliberate chemical releases from jet traffic. The Environmental Research Letter says that 76 out of 77 atmospheric scientists said chemtrails? Never heard of them. The 77th? Probably just sick of being surveyed. When chemical crusaders need evidence, they reach for the only thing they kind of remember from a Reddit post, Operation Popeye. See, they weaponized weather in Vietnam. They've always been controlling the skies. Except, no. That was a classified small-scale experiment during wartime using tech that could barely nudge a cloud into spitting. Not exactly the Death Star meteorology. But why let nuance get in the way when you can duct tape history to hysteria and call it a documentary? Yes, water modification is real. Also tiny, boring, and decades old. Modern cloud seeding, a few grams of silver iodide, also requires permits and is tracked and monitored by state authorities. Conspiracies love to scream about sprays, but the only thing being sprayed about is their own ignorance. Cloud seeding is mostly used in drought regions to help crops, not to mind meld the masses and the loving big government. I mean, think about it. If cloud seeding was largely successful, why does the western U.S. constantly experience droughts and forest fires as a result? This isn't policy. It's paranoia cosplay. 8 states, Tennessee, Kentucky, Iowa, Florida, and 4 more I should know better, are chasing imaginary sky sprayers with felony charges and 6-figure fines. Here's the reality. State legislation like this is pure bullshit. Why? Because federal government has exclusive control over what's called navigational airspace. What the hell is navigational airspace? Glad you asked. It's defined as 1,000 feet above the highest obstacle in congested areas, or 500 feet above the surface in rural or open areas. Now, ask yourself, how high are those so-called spray planes flying? 30,000 plus feet? Make that make sense. See what I mean? Utter bullshit. And besides the nuance of federal and state jurisdictions, we also have the scientific community consensus. I mean, Dr. James Smith from the NOAA We have no operational weather control programs. And for those who are muttering, but you can't trust the government, cool. Here's everyone else. We have the Carnegie Institution survey. We have Factual America's scientific breakdown, which says that scientific consensus overwhelmingly rejects chemtrails. We have the Royal Aeronautical Society. No engine additives, no secret ingredients, no evidence, just jet fuel and physics. We have the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Science. No credible evidence, period. We also have the American Meteorological Society. All of them say the same damn thing. There are no chemtrails, just contrails, conspiracies, and people confusing water vapor with oppression. So to recap, contrails are condensation. Cloud seeding is real and regulated science. And the only thing raining down on you is the fallout from social media fueled fear mongering. Legislating against water vapor is like outlawing your own shadow because it looks suspicious at noontime. But hey, never doubt how far stupid travels when it's shouting. The truth is in the data. It's in the science. And the global consensus of people who have passed ninth grade earth science class. Not in bills introduced by politicians hoping to get reelected. If you still think chemtrails are a global mind control plot, here's your tinfoil hat and a juice box. Take a seat next to the moon landing deniers and the HAARP truthers still blaming Alaska for hurricanes. We'll be with you shortly. This has been your weekly STD report, where conspiracies get contact trace, ignorance gets quarantined, and your brain gets boosted with pure, uncut facts. Stay sharp, stay savage, and stay unfornicated. And if this growth gave your frontal lobe a semi, hit that subscribe button, because the disinformation isn't slowing down, and neither are we. In fact, we're just getting started. Remember, misinformation is viral. Never go onto social media without protection. Arm yourself with facts.
Socially transmitted disinformation. This is our disinformation.